Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new sports debate video. So for today's NBA video, we're going to be recapping this Denver Nuggets versus Phoenix Suns series. So as you guys know, the Phoenix Suns swept the Denver Nuggets 4-0, and they're now the first team in this year's NBA playoffs to officially move on to the conference finals. They will await the winner of the Los Angeles Clippers versus Utah Jazz series to see who they'll be playing in the conference finals. But the Phoenix Suns, they're looking scary. They're looking legit. They're looking like they have a real shot of winning the NBA championship for the first time in a long time, maybe the first time in franchise history, I believe. So, yeah, this is a very fun team to watch. So for today's video, like I said, we're going to be recapping the series between the Denver Nuggets and the Phoenix Suns. Some things that we like, some things that we didn't like, some takeaways. So, Dylan, take it away.
The first one I want to say is talking about Game 4, right? That flagrant 2 called on Jokic that led to him getting ejected, and also like the little scuffle that he got into with Devin Booker. Like, listen, I don't care if it's the league MVP. I don't care if you're an all-star. I don't care if it's a role player. Like, that's not a flagrant 2. You should not be ejected from that, right? That was a soft call, right?
Yeah.
And that's and a lot of these people, like, they have valid complaints. Like, the league is soft, the officiating is soft, the refs are soft, and it's true, right? Like, that is not a flagrant 2. First, that is not a flagrant 2. Second, you don't eject the reigning MVP like that in a playoff series.
And an elimination game, too.
In an elimination game, down 3-0. Like, you just don't do that. I don't really care. It wasn't even that bad either. What do I want to say? I want to congratulate Chris Paul, right?
Yeah.
This is his best chance at a title shot since 2018, when the Rockets narrowly lost to the Golden State Warriors in 7 games because he was injured, actually. So
yeah,
he's playing one of the best basketball of his career, right? I mean, I can only think that like his 2009 year was comparable to this. In the playoffs, right now, in the series, he shot 62% from the field and 75% from 3, made all of his free throws, averaged 25 and 10 a game with such less than only one turnover per game. Like he
had 5 turnovers the entire series.
He's playing great basketball. He's being a great leader. He's hitting all of his shots. His playmaking is absolutely incredible. I think this is, like I said, one of his best chances at getting a title. And if he can secure that ring, people will have a hard time keeping him out of the top. What do I want to say? Top 5 point guards of all time, right? Because you got Magic Johnson, you got Steph Curry, you got Isaiah Thomas, and you got Oscar Robertson, and maybe John Stockton.
Yeah.
I think he could pass Stockton with this ring, I'm going to be honest. Because Stockton never won one. Stockton, I feel like, was kind of overrated. Anyways, Jokic necessarily didn't have the best series, right? Neither did Aaron Gordon. My God. He
was bad.
He was just doing cardio. He was just running around. He shot 0% from 3, shot 41% from the field. It was really Jokic, right? And then Will Barton.
Yeah.
And Michael Porter Jr. didn't play that well, shot pretty badly. This is more of a fact that the Nuggets were kind of injured. I'm not going to say the Phoenix Suns wouldn't have won anyways, but I think they could have definitely made it closer with Jamal Murray being there. I think they could have taken it 6 or 7. But obviously, the Phoenix Suns played great. Chris Paul played great. Devin Booker played pretty good. I think Mikal Bridges was pretty decent. I think DeAndre Ayton was good. Jay Crowder. I just like to congratulate all the Phoenix Suns. People doubted them. They said they were, regular season frauds. They're the 2nd seed, but, they weren't a legitimate 2nd seed, I guess you could say, because they're so young, with the exception of Chris Paul and Jay Crowder. I just want to say congratulations. I think that they've had a really successful season, and I think, they have a legitimate, really good chance at making the finals and possibly going for the ring if Brooklyn isn't necessarily 100% healthy.
Yeah, so as Dylan mentioned, he hit a lot of the points that I was going to make as well. Chris Paul, this guy is a true leader. I mean, all the questions and the doubts that people had coming into this season that, Chris Paul's too old, he doesn't have it anymore, he can't lead a team, he's 36, he doesn't have it, but he's proving everybody wrong. And as Dylan mentioned, the efficiency numbers were off the chart. I mean, he shot 60, 75, 100 from, I mean, that's just video, that's 2K numbers. It's literally video game
It's
numbers
better
that
than 2K.
Better than 2K. Yeah, like he's literally putting up like the numbers you don't even imagine. Like, I mean, he was just unbelievable. 25 points, 10 assists per game, and when you pair up a playmaker like Chris Paul, right, a guy who understands the game like not many other people, like a guy who has very high basketball IQ, and you pair him up with an outstanding scorer in Devin Booker, right? That is a lethal duo. And Devin Booker, not nearly as efficient, and I mean, no one's going to be as efficient as Chris Paul was probably in a long time, but Devin Booker still averaged 25 points per game. So I mean, when you have these two guys, and also DeAndre Ayton, who's a very good big man, who averaged a double-double as well. That's a very good trio, and they're also a very well-balanced team, Phoenix, and they're also very well coached with Monty Williams as well. So this is a team that is legitimate, right? Chris Paul has, kind of got rid of all the doubts around his name. The Phoenix Suns have gotten rid of all the doubt around their team. So this team is legitimate. Now, hopefully, I'm hoping if the Brooklyn Nets are not the team to win the championship this season, I'm hoping that Chris Paul finally gets his ring, because I feel like he deserves his ring. This is it's probably going to be his best shot for the rest of his career, for being honest. The odds are... Yeah, the odds are kind of stacked against him. So this is his best chance. But I hope if the Brooklyn Nets are not going to win it, I hope Chris Paul does win it, and the Phoenix Suns win it. But like going to Denver, Nikola Jokic, it was really a one-man show. We know in the NBA that you really need, you need like a duo to kind of win, right? That's why Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving joined in Brooklyn. That's why Chris Paul and Kawhi Leonard signed together in Los Angeles, right? That's why Damian Lillard always gets eliminated in the first round and is trying to possibly find his way out of Portland and form a duo somewhere else, right? And this year's NBA, you really need you and another great player to pair yourself up with. And maybe the only exception is Utah, but you can also make the argument that Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert are a great duo as well, right? So Nikola Jokic, I mean, it was him. He didn't play too bad. His efficiency was not that good, but he didn't play too bad. But then,
he had a good series.
He had a good It was like an MVP. It was an MVP level. Yeah, it was an MVP level series. But Michael Porter Jr., we always we praise his efficiency in a couple of episodes, but I mean, he just wasn't nearly as efficient in this playoff series. And as Dylan mentioned, perfectly worded with Aaron Gordon. He was doing cardio out there. Like, he was not, who they thought he was going to be when they traded for him. But I believe Aaron Gordon's also on contract for next season. So if Jamal Murray comes back and he comes back healthy, I mean, this is not a bad team with Nikola Jokic, Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, and Aaron Gordon. As I believe Dylan mentioned it before in a previous video, he thinks that if Jamal Murray comes back healthy, that Denver would be the favorites to come out of the West. So this is not a bad team at all. It was just unfortunate that Jamal Murray had this injury and that they ran into Chris Paul, who's arguably having playing some of the best basketball of his career. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with Gordon, if they bring him back, if they don't bring him back. It'll be interesting to see if they find a way to get Jokic some help, or if they just consider Jamal Murray coming back from injury Jokic's help, because a healthy Murray and a healthy Jokic is a good duo as well. So, so, I mean, the Nuggets heading off to the offseason, but I think they're in a good position for next year. It was just unfortunate with their injury, like I said, but the Phoenix Suns, they're playing fantastic basketball right now.
Let me just say one thing. As a team, the Suns practically shot 50, 40, 90. They shot 51.6% from the field, 42.5% from three, and 89.8% from the free throw line. And if you compare that with the Nuggets, like, it's not even comparable. Like, field goal percentage was 43%, 3-point percentage was 35%, and free throw rate was 65%. Yeah,
you need to make your free throws.
And Nikola Jokic was especially bad. Like, he shot 68% from free throw when, like, in the MVP year, he was shooting like 88, 89%. So, they just didn't do well as a team.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say, like, if you're in the NBA, you need to be able to make free throws. If you're a professional basketball player, you should be able to make free throws. Even if you're Ben Simmons, you don't have a jump shot. Free throws are free throws.
Yeah, they're free.